great afternoon once again to everyone who has joined us on today's edition of the show Scoreboard Reloaded, right on 32 FM 94.9. Well, check the time, 26 minutes before the hour from the PM side. The 26 minutes are left, so definitely we use that to talk about all the latest developments making the rounds in the world of sports. Later today, the UEFA Europa League Match Day 3, the Europa Conference League Match Day 2 games would go down. We know we had the concluding rounds of Match Day 3 of the UEFA Champions League yesterday, where, of course, of all the English sides who were in action, just one team didn't get victory. And for Real Madrid, probably that was a good victory for them going into the weekend El Clasico, where they would have the likes of 𝐂𝐐𝐏𝐿, Carvajal, and Arnold all available for them. But in the midst of this, now, this morning while on Scoreboard, for the head coach of the Super Falcons of Nigeria, his name is that's Justin Madugu. But Peter was actually in the euphoria of the past coach of the Super Falcons of Nigeria, Christopher Danjuma. Well, that was a long time ago. But for Justin Madugu, whom of course is also in contention to win the Women's Coach of the Year. Yes, he is a man. But because of his heroics with the Super Falcons winning the Mission X at their 10th Women's African Cup of Nations title there in Morocco, well, the Super Falcons still preparing for their game later tomorrow, set to go down against Benin Republic in Togo. We know that the Super Falcons preparing for the Women's African Cup of Nations. So once again, it's a good thing. So this is a correction to everyone who actually listened on the show this morning. His name is Justin Madugu, not Christopher Danjuma. Peter, I know you are making jest of me. Carvajal.
No, I'm not.
Carvajal.
No,
Carvajal.
The thing about life is about people watch your back. So in the morning, I was just on the mood of just trying to get these things done, and then I just Christopher Danjuma, and come on, not him. Justin is the head coach, but
for me.
Okay, it's Danny Carvajal, so
okay.
I mean that works. So we can. But again, I've said something to a few people, and for those who probably listen to me this afternoon, the name calling, in as much as is our job to understand the name, is our job to know how to call those names. I get it. It's our job to listen. There's something FIFA does before the World Cup. And of course, I've seen the Premier League also do that over the years. Send the names. The players will help you do the pronunciation of their name. Yeah. So you can know how to call the names. But I've also seen the whites. Let them tell you the name of Samuel Chukwueze. Let them call Tulo Arokodare for you. And then you wonder and say, so why are they not learning how to call these names? Why are we the ones who always have to know how to call the names? I'm just trying to be balanced. In as much as I probably want to know how to do the Russian name, the Croatian name, because those names can be very hard. Ukrainian names can be hard to call. But if you're on commentary duties, if you're into the electronic media, you must just know how to find your way to call these names. There are times that we don't get these names. There are times that we get the names. So if you say Carvajal, good. I remember there was a time we were calling Ajax, right? Until we had it's Ajax. There was a time we were calling Clement Westerhoff until they said W is V. In Dutch, in Germany, it's Westerhoff. So it's a learning thing. But again, like I said, let them call yours, and then you wonder. I have a friend in the UK. His name is Ade. They call him Adi. You get it? So, SAMIES, you are good.
All right, I've been good. Thank you for having my back. There you listen to the words of Peter. And also I have DOLAPO with me in the studio. And we'll start straight from the home scene, where Nigerian football is at the heart of it again. Talking about the Flamingos, yesterday, the best of performance. Losing 4-1 to Canada. 1-0 they lost yesterday to the hands of France there in Morocco. Match day 2 of the Under-17 Women's World Cup going on. Now, they're going into the match day 3 with the hope of qualifying as the best loser. This is not what we should actually settle for. But you look at the performance also of these girls. 4-1, 1-0. I saw their body language yesterday, right after the goal they conceded. It was not the best for the players. The centre-back partnership, they were rolling on the floor like this was not meant to be for them. They were not supposed to lose out over this game against France. But the reality, it's a difficult task for the Flamingos to qualify out of the group stages of the Under-17 Women's World Cup going on in Morocco. Good afternoon, DOLAPO.
Good afternoon, SAMIES. Good afternoon, Peter, and to everyone who has joined us on the show this afternoon. Well, not really a good one for the Flamingos, because when you look at the way they are coming into this competition, the qualifiers were very good, and you feel like they would go into this competition scoring a lot of goals and performing really well. But it's not been the best of the results since they got to Morocco. The first two games, losing 4-1 to the hand of Canada. Now yesterday again, they lost 1-0 to France. Looks like it's over, but then there is still a way. If they can defeat Samoa, who looks like the whipping girls in the group, if they can defeat them very well, if you can score 4-5 against Samoa, because currently they should be on minus
4-5.
Yeah, well, score 4-5. We consider we are minus 4 now.
Yeah.
Minus 4 now. So 5 goals even won't count. It won't do it. We need to score goals.
Peter made now just made me realize that we are bringing the ifs.
Yeah, we are bringing the ifs for the under-17, the Flamingos, the girls this time around. I would pardon them because the girls have been doing well this year, so I won't really. But they were in semi-final in India 4 years ago, but with different girls. But now the hype the expectation I had for these girls were really high going into this game. But I think that first game against Canada was where they really lost it. And I look at it very well. I thought that was just the work of the coach, because if you watch that game very well, 1-1 at halftime, Canada didn't score up until the 70-something minutes in that game, and Canada scored the second. They should keep their head up and try to get a goal, but they were relaxed and went all out trying to get a goal, and that was how they considered those 2 goals later on in the game. And yesterday too, they could have done better. But now, big task in front of them. Beating Samoa shouldn't be something hard, because I feel like this French national team, the ladies from France too, are not really good. Samoa scored them twice in their first game. Not that they are really good. If you follow the way they played yesterday too, there is nothing really special from them. But we're just below what I would put, because my own expectation for these girls were really high. But let's see what they do against Samoa. But for me, it looks like just play one more game and come home.
The ladies. Now, for Peter, we look at the coach also, 𝐃𝐈𝐒 𝐂𝐿. I've seen lots of take as regards the coach, that he is not making the team any better. They are not synergized under him, and what the ladies are going through. More like he is not evolving with the latest development in the world of football. Could this be the case for 𝐃𝐈𝐒 𝐂𝐿 and not getting the best palatable results for the under-17 ladies?
First, is it an issue of camping? Is it the issue of not playing enough of friendly games? So where do you put the fault on the NFF? Kind of. Because the coach cannot just take the girls and go do camping for them. The NFF has to approve the kind of venue where they need to be and all that. This doesn't speak well for our football as we begin to wind down the year 2025. It was the eve that got us the calculators for the Super Eagles for World Cup. Now, a developmental tournament, championship. We're talking about beat Samoa by 100 goals before you qualify. If these girls, they are not worth it, come back home. Must we be doing this? Samoa is not a football playing nation. So why are we here talking about beat them or not beat them? The job wasn't done. And so this is where we are. France last night 1-0. Before that, Canada is not a school. It's not a small nation when it comes to women's football. We saw what their women did, Olympic game football events. Some of our girls are applying their trade in their women's league. So they have it. They have a structure. The same man who has been there before. It's like the NFL doesn't even know what they're doing.
Recycling. The
same also they did for the under-17 boys. There's no sense again. They've lost it. And let me say this before we jump to other things. How much of help are the coaches and the NFF doing to ensure they get fortified, they get trained, they get equipped? You were talking about 𝐂𝐿 and the time and all that. Because I would still take you back to Morocco, what they're doing. The coach for Morocco national team is a Moroccan, is not a white dude. What are we doing? Now, let me say this, you can check. If not half, all of the things going to the World Cup on the continent of Africa were all use home-based coaches.
You pointed that out. We saw it on social
All
media.
of them home-based coaches. They were doing something that was right. So when Olise comes and is clamoring for look inward, but again, looking inward, how many? The head coach of Remo Stars for the CAF Champions League was not allowed to do the press conference because of his license issue.
Yeah.
How much training are we giving our coaches? For how long? Where is Mama Makaparo? Where is he? He won the league. Where is Bigede Baboye? Why are these all these coaches? I know they're still in the league, but how are they getting in terms of the training they have? Austin Eguavoen, what is he doing? We will be left behind if we're not even left already. So these girls, all you just want beat someone 4-0, beat them 5-0. Come back home, my friend. Come home, come back. What are we here talking about? Beat Samoa. Samoa. We should be beating them 5-0, I guess. But like they say, someone will come back and say it's developmental. They are bound to make mistakes. I know, but this will split under 20. They say it's still developmental. Nobody should tell me under 20 is developmental. Like why?
Did you see how
you bring boys from Europe to come and play at 20? You say it's developmental.
Player from academy.
It's not possible. Under 17, I can agree. Now I cannot agree with under 20. It's a developmental words. You went to go. Somebody played under 20 back to back. What's his name?
Bami.
And he's even included in young player for the year for CAF. I think we'll not even make the top 3.
Nigeria. That is the situation in which we are. And like I do say, we talk about Nigerian sports. There's no headway until there's a change in leadership. Let's move on the show this afternoon. And moving on, we'll quickly discuss about some European stories, some European games. Yes, for Victor James Osimhen was on target twice for Galatasaray yesterday as they defeated Bodo Glimt by 3-0. But we know that the all-important game for the Super Eagles of Nigeria going on the continent, that's later next month against the Gabon. Well, there has been lots of conversation. We've seen him perform so well with his club side. But for the other Nigerians who are attackers, how do they perform when they wear the jersey of the Super Eagles of Nigeria? A name comes to mind, Victor Boniface. There are lots of players who actually have picked up goals right after Victor Boniface made his debut or had his debut for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Ako Adams, one of those names. Tolu Arukudare, one of those names. But I can tell you that Siri Desas has been in and out of the Super Eagles squad and still found a goal or got a goal before Victor Boniface. So you talk about other strikers being available and eating it real good for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Let's take a listen to the words of Victor Ekpeba speaking about Nigeria attackers, our goal-scoring form. Well, when it's time to play for Nigeria. The words of Victor Ekpeba.
But I think when you look at the Super Eagles squad, the players we have, even when Victor is injured, others should slot in and do the job. Our goal scoring record was abysmal before this last game, and if you don't score goals, you don't win games. You have to kill games when you score 1, 2, 3. When you are one goal up, like what happened against Zimbabwe, you give the opportunity to our opponent to counter situation, and they score against you. So we need to improve offensively. You cannot just put faith on one player. If Victor is injured today, who will replace him? Though we have the likes of Tulu, we have the likes of Adams Ako, which is doing very well, and you have to look globally at the team defensively in the middle of the park and offensively. The talent is there. I think sometimes we have to question the mentality of this player. The consistency has not been there in this World Cup campaign, and this has been one of my biggest worries was looking at the Super Eagles campaign so far at the World Cup.
All right, there you listen to the words of Victor Ekpeba. Well, he has said it. I think we've also discussed about it. The mentality and also players helping out when it's time to play for Nigeria. We have one man who definitely is the one leading the line for Nigeria. And it happens to be more like in his absence, we don't get a reasonable result. Victor Osimhen is his name. But then, before you actually talk, the man who leads the chart of the highest goal scorer for Nigeria, Rashidi Yekini, today is his birthday. Victor Osimhen will follow suit in second. Well, definitely is the man we are talking about. And for other attackers, how can they come in to help? Well, we talk about Nigerian football. Victor Osimhen missed 5 games, and of those 5 games, I'm not sure we won any.
For the Super Eagles.
Yes.
In this World Cup
qualifiers.
It's important. It's key. Just is like others will have to step up. I don't know. Maybe they're in the shadows of Victor Osimhen. They don't look bothered, but it's good that they are bothered. Victor Boniface, I still don't know where to place him. So let's see. Some will say Akko Adams came. He had that opportunity, took it. Will another opportunity come? Yes, he did, but it was against Benin Republic. It didn't work out, but we saw what happened in his first game where he won. So, thank goodness that Victor Osimhen is not out injured at the moment. So, he's still, in fact, we're saying each for the Super, even for his club side also. They want to probably mention Mario Cardi, but we know what Osimhen will give you. So Osimhen is a 3-in-1. So let's make use.
Back.
Let's
he came on yesterday.
Let's make use of Osimhen. Let's use him well. Use him, and pray he doesn't get injured. Let's use him. What do you want to do? So good for him. Let's hope he's not injured ahead of those continental playoff in November, because these boys are fired up. The momentum is high now. I can say it's very high. Let's keep it going that way and see maybe World Cup we might just get a ticket.
I know this is actually going to be a thing for himself and his teammates there in Galatasaray, Mario Lemina, who is a Gabonese. Well, both players going head to head.
It's good. Gabonese also, you see how they almost got a ticket with Aubameyang scoring those goals and missed the final group game at home in Libreville. So it's good. Everybody should be on fire. I don't want the excuse of he's not playing. Aubameyang should
He'll be back.
He'll be back.
Yeah,
He'll be back for that game.
He should be informed. Lamena, the former Juventus player, be informed. Who else again in Gabon that we know? Maybe those two make the headlines. Everybody, let's go to Morocco and let's get this done.
Going back to the games that went down yesterday, Atletico de Bilbao came from a goal down to defeat Karabakh by 3-1. Like I mentioned, Galatasaray defeated Bodo Glimt 3-1. Atlanta against Slavia Prague 0-0. Bayern Munich, well, 4-0. They defeated Club Brugge. And Harry Kane, I think this man just finds a way to get on target
for Ballon d'Or next year.
Well, I think there are three.
It's still a World Cup year.
Well,
it's a World Cup year.
It's not.
It's a World Cup.
It's a World Cup year.
Yeah, next year.
Next year.
It will lead. Yeah, so anything can still
that
happen.
Must continue leading
You have to keep on that form.
Yeah. It's a World Cup. Yeah, 25-26.
So
by the time you have the Ballon d'Or, the World Cup will have been done.
Yeah, so it would be. It would come into
have a big
his.
effect.
So we now look at it, and then Ireland.
He will be qualifying for the World Cup. But he would qualify.
No,
he can score goals.
Yes.
No, I'm saying.
What will you do at the World
They
Cup?
can qualify.
How
They
will
will.
Norway
They look
perform?
likely to qualify. Is the probability of qualifying is very high.
Yes.
What will Norway
Their
do
performance.
at
The
World
thing
Cup?
is, I think this is unlike the other World
Can they
Cups we've
let
had.
play to the last four?
I don't think so.
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
think
saying.
so.
Chance of winning the World Cup is low.
I really want to talk about this. For Chelsea, they defeated Ajax by 5-1, and this was another
Lucky
game
not to get the red card.
where Chelsea.
Chelsea, they didn't get the red card this time
They didn't get a
around.
red card,
Okay.
but for the opponents, they got a red card.
Yeah.
But this game between Eintracht Frankfurt and Liverpool, yes, for Mohamed Salah in back-to-back UEFA Champions League games now, it's first time since joining the club, he didn't make the starting 11. And it came on also, and there was a bit of worry for lots of fans, and even, what's it called, lovers of football, saying the start or the presence of Mohamed Salah on the field of play might be the one affecting Liverpool.
Where is this coming from?
Looks
So,
like
Peter,
actually.
Look at it.
Kind of
There was
look like
still
that.
we call Fran Witt 011, right? Fran Witt could have scored an easy goal yesterday, which was a tapping.
So what
He just needed to give him the ball and he would score.
What did Mohamed Salah?
Looks like
and
this
that has
is
been
it.
a recent reoccurrence.
Okay, you mean
From-
There was a glaring
89
chance.
minutes.
Because I didn't watch.
There was a
pass.
glaring chance. He should just pass to
89th
Poland
minute.
Witt. He would score there.
What's that?
He decided to shoot. And he didn't
And there was a
score.
goal.
Can't he shoot?
I'm not
No,
saying
in that
can't
position.
shoot.
He is a striker.
Now, but when you look at it, he didn't start that game yesterday. And they played really, really well. With 𝐂𝐾𝐈𝐒 and Alexander Isak playing in front, Dominic Szoboszlai and Fran Witt playing on the wing or in the middle of the park with that diamond. They played really well until he came on. And fine, not that the team changed the way they were playing when he came on, but they were really good when they had that style of play of playing the 4-4-2 or the 4-2-2
I think
that
the
they played really well.
The over-reliance
Because of that one situation.
No, not
that
because of that one situation.
Salah is
Before that
managing-
one, before that game, they've lost 4 games in a row. And it was on the bench yesterday.
He
They were
was not the only
scoring
player on
goals.
the bench. McAllister had been on the bench.
Yes, Gravenberch didn't play as well.
He
But
was out injured.
attackingly, they look really
There
good yesterday.
was a need for that change. The
There was a
player
need
said
for
there was a debriefing between the manager and the players. The
Peter,
players also
you
had
and
their
I-
own meeting.
You and I know
Salah dropped.
last season.
I
Before
am
the
not-
turn of
Just
no,
because
see,
he
listen.
dropped
Before the
does not
turn,
mean it's a
before
it's a
before-
major problem.
But it
Before
looks
the
like
turn-
he's one
before-
of the problem affecting
He's not
Liverpool
causing
currently.
issues in the dressing room. So how
No,
is
he's,
the
but
problem?
on the pitch of play, it looks like he is causing issues for other players because the way they are playing.
Wait, hold on, Dolapo. Such scenario that played out yesterday between him and Florian Wirtz.
Yeah.
Has it happened before now?
No, not in that case.
Kilo
I'm not
day.
going in that case. But with the way
When
they
lost
played
to
without
Palace,
him,
was it that he had a chance to pass to?
he had a chance.
Yes,
He had a
did
clear
not.
chance to score against Man U. He didn't
Peter,
score.
Peter
Two.
Dolapo. Peter Dolapo. Right before the contract extension by Mohamed Salah, there's been that conversation that he's having his last dance with Liverpool. The season should get over, and he pack his bag to leave the club side. There were 3 players in that mix: himself, Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah.
Virgil van Dijk committed first. Arnold left. Hold on. Arnold left. And then Mohamed Salah left it late. In leaving it late, before the turn of the year, Mohamed Salah had racked up everything possible for Liverpool: the goals, the assists, the points needed for Liverpool to win their 20th Premier League title. And since the turn of the year, I can say Mohamed Salah has not had 10 goal involvement with Liverpool Football Club.
You know what? Because of our time, because you still have to take the interview I had earlier with the Super Falcons head coach, Super Falcons
Media officer.
media officer.
Media officer.
Yeah. So let's save this.
Okay.
Let's keep this argument because I know it's a long way to go. But I can bet you boys will come back here and then we'll talk about this. All I know is that because the young man has been in this
Old man, young.
he's 30.
He's an old man for being a footballer at 30 years
Don't
old.
say it's Hodo. Because let me even get to another discussion. Just because he had a blip in just 4 or 5 games, problem to what?
Not for
Not 4
games.
5. Since
For the
February
turn
last
of
year.
the year, Peter.
Since February last year.
Since
Since
the
after that
turn
game
of
against
the
PSG.
year.
After that game against PSG, that it
Like I
started
said,
there.
Let's wrap up. But we're not done with this.
We don't agree.
I don't-
We'll still
We
come
don't
on
agree
subsequent
too.
programs to discuss
I
about
know,
that.
I know it's not going to. For me, he doesn't deserve to win the AFCON Player of the
They
Year.
won't.
But
Right.
this issue around him, don't pass him to Florian Wirtz.
Oh my.
He has
No.
the right to.
You didn't watch. When we get off the
I'll
studio,
show
not to
you.
show me the YouTube
we
stuff.
will show you.
Let me. I'm not denying that chance happened. No, don't get it twisted. I'm not denying that he didn't pass or what.
Can
No,
we
no, no,
just
no, no.
even
We
watch
have
the
not seen
15,
it.
20 minutes there about
Wait.
Mohamed Salah played
Hold on,
yesterday?
Even this season, he has been bad.
Hold on a minute.
Let's just
Who
talk about.
Salah and Florian Wirtz? Who do you expect to score? Like who's the striker between those two?
You expect Mo Salah to score.
Yeah,
But
who's
when
the striker between
Mo
the two?
Salah.
So
But when you get the
strikers are
chance,
mandated overfell pass in that discussion. If you want to hit the ball, hit it.
There are
Yes.
games set to go down
Your Super
later
Falcons,
today.
so
That's in the Europa and also in the Europa Conference League match. 18 games that's for the Europa League and also 18 for the Conference League. Match day 3 Europa, match day 2 Conference League. And we know that for the English side, they are going to be in action, and also for Maccabi Tel Aviv. Well, you know what the case is for Aston Villa and the Maccabi Tel Aviv fans and all of that. But just before we leave the show, the Super Falcons of Nigeria, they're going to play their game against Benin Republic later tomorrow in Togo. That's because of tomorrow.
Maybe you play the interview tomorrow.
Okay, we'll just do that tomorrow. But in the world of basketball, the NBA games are returned. That was in the early hours of yesterday, where we had 2 games. And in the early hours of today also, we had games going on. But there is a big news also, where a National Basketball Association player and coach are two of several people across the country who have been charged in illegal sports betting case. That's according to U.S. partner CBS News. And that Portrait Trail Blazers coach and Miami Heat player, they've been arrested in NBA gambling, which definitely is not the best for news for them at this point. But this is how far we can go on today's edition of the show. And thanks so much to everyone who has joined us. I've done this alongside Peter and DOLAPO. We'll come your way tomorrow. Thank you so much. I am SAMIES, your sports captain. Do enjoy the rest of the day, and bye for now.